This is definitely one of the most recognized faces in the world. This mysterious woman was painted by Leonardo da Vinci over 500 years ago, and even after all this time, this painting remains full of secrets and mysteries. And that's exactly what we're going to show you in today's video, the mysteries of the Mona Lisa. Leonardo da Vinci was born on April 15, 1452, in Anciano, Italy. He was a scientist, mathematician, engineer, inventor, anatomist, painter, sculptor, architect, botanist, poet, and musician. He was one of the most important figures of Renaissance painting. This period was marked by the appreciation of man and nature. Painters at that time tended to reproduce reality under the influence of the Greek ideal of beauty. The defining traits of this kind of painting were a classical spirit, order, and symmetrical forms. Leonardo's curiosity about natural phenomena led him to study geometry, optics, botany, anatomy, and more. He applied his discoveries to the art he produced. For example, he observed the behavior of light and atmospheric effects on landscapes in real life. From that, he created rules of perspective and depth that were applied in many of his paintings. From this blend of art and science came several incredible masterpieces, such as the Vitruvian Man, The Last Supper, and the famous Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa is one of the most emblematic portraits in the history of painting, painted by Leonardo da Vinci between 1503 and 1506. It is known by the French as La Joconde or La Gioconda. It is an oil painting that shows a young lady sitting, dressed simply, with an enigmatic smile. Currently, the painting is at the Louvre Museum in Paris. More than 5 million people visit the Louvre every year to see the Mona Lisa. It is probably the most popular artwork in history. The painting was commissioned by the Italian merchant Francesco del Giocondo. It was intended to be a portrait of his wife, meant to hang in the most noble place in the house, the dining room. However, the painting never ended up there. Leonardo da Vinci missed all the agreed deadlines and only delivered the work 3 years after starting it, and even then, considered it unfinished. Enraged by the delay, Giocondo refused to pay. Years later, the painting was bought by King Francis I of France. From 1515 until his death in 1547, he reportedly paid 15.3 kilograms of gold for the painting. The painting was placed on the wall of one of the king's bathrooms at the end of the 16th century. The Mona Lisa fell into the hands of Napoleon Bonaparte. The emperor was so enchanted by the painting that he kept it in his rooms at the Tuileries Palace. In the 19th century, the work was incorporated into the Louvre's collection, where it remains today. One of the greatest mysteries about the painting is exactly this: who was the Mona Lisa? Leonardo da Vinci never revealed the true identity of the woman. But there are some theories. Many historians believe the woman portrayed is Lisa Gherardini, also known as Lisa del Giocondo. She was born in Florence, Italy. In 1479, Lisa was a middle-class young woman who worked with her husband in silk and fabric trade. Together they had 5 children: Piero, Andrea, Camilla, Diondo, and Marietta. As mentioned, her portrait was supposedly commissioned by her husband, Francesco del Giocondo. She was 24 years old when the painting began. Biographers believe that because of the portrait, she and Leonardo became great friends. Mona was an abbreviation of Madonna, meaning lady in Italian. Of course, there are other theories. Some say Mona Lisa was Caterina Sforza, Lady of Emilia and Countess of Fourroque. She was born in 1463 in Milan, Italy, the illegitimate daughter of Duke Galazzo Maria Sforza of Milan, famous for her boldness in love and war. Others say Mona Lisa was the lover of Giuliano de' Medici, the ruler of Florence, or even Isabella d'Este, Marchioness of Mantua. She was born in 1474 in Ferrara, Italy, and was one of the leading women of the Italian Renaissance. Knowledgeable in history and languages, such as Greek and Latin, Isabella was also a fashion leader, with her style copied by women in Italy and France. Others believe she could be Leonardo's mother, or even Leonardo himself, due to structural facial similarities. The fact is, The clothes worn by the woman revealed that she did not belong to nobility. She was probably just a young bourgeois woman. At the beginning of the 16th century, when the painting was made, it was rare to portray a woman who was not a princess or queen. So the main theory is that the Mona Lisa really is Lisa Girardin. Another much discussed feature of the painting is its emblematic smile. Is it a smile of happiness, boredom, sadness, or apathy? In 2005, Dutch researchers developed a facial recognition computer program. The program had thousands of female faces and emotions memorized. It was used to find an answer about Mona Lisa's smile. It revealed that the expressions on Mona Lisa's face were 83% satisfaction and happiness, 9% disgust, 6% fear, 2% anger, and less than 1% neutrality and surprise. So, according to the program, it is most likely a smile of happiness. However, many claim that the smile changes depending on the angle and distance from which you observe it. Up close, for example, you might see a more reserved smile. From afar, it seems she is smiling more joyfully. There is also a curious theory that says there was originally no smile on the Mona Lisa's face. An X-ray of the painting suggested that the lady's smile was the result of clumsy interventions by various restorers who worked on the piece over the years. It is also said that the absence of eyebrows might be the work of a restorer who erased them using a solvent. However, others say Mona Lisa suffered from alopecia, which causes hair loss. Throughout history, the Mona Lisa portrait has been cited as an example of timeless beauty. Often, this is likely the result of what is called the golden ratio, called by Da Vinci the divine proportion. It is derived from the dimensional relationship between length and width of rectangles. It is a constant used in architecture, art, and graphic design. It is a mathematical construction associated with ideas of harmony, beauty, and perfection. It is supposedly the most aesthetically pleasing ratio to the human eye. It appears in natural elements and human structures, such as the spiral center of sunflowers, shells, the artificial columns of the Parthenon, and the human brain and face. When a rectangle is formed around the Mona Lisa's face according to the ratio, the chin, top of the head, and nose align perfectly. Her proportions are considered pleasing to the eyes and produce a natural sense of balance and beauty. People who see the artwork in person say that the woman's gaze follows viewers wherever they are. The gaze of the Mona Lisa seems to go beyond the limits of the canvas. This is the famous Mona Lisa effect. Some say the golden ratio is one of Da Vinci's tricks to make the Mona Lisa always seem to be looking at us, no matter the angle we see the painting from. This can also be explained by the painting technique Da Vinci used, called chiaroscuro, which literally means light-dark in Italian. In this technique, objects take shape solely through light and shadow, without the need for contour lines. With mastery of this technique, Da Vinci created an intensely realistic sense of depth. His knowledge of physics also helped his work. Some scientists have challenged this famous Mona Lisa effect. For example, scientists from Bielefeld University in Germany said that, although visitors feel like they are being watched from any place they look at the painting, it is not exactly so. According to them, the painting's gaze is at 15.4 degrees to the left of the canvas. The ideal angle for the Mona Lisa effect to occur would be between 5 and 10 degrees. Still, people continue to say they feel the Mona Lisa's gaze follows them from any angle. As we said, many historians believe the woman in the painting is Lisa del Giocondo, and she had 4 children. Many also say the woman was portrayed pregnant in the artwork. In the painting, her arms are crossed over her rounded stomach. Historical evidence suggests that at that time she was pregnant with her second child. Additionally, an infrared examination showed something hidden. She would have a garnello veil hanging over her shoulders. The garnello is a linen fabric often used by pregnant women, but this veil could also simply be a scarf or piece of fabric draped over the shoulders. In 2018, Dr. M. Deeper went to the Louvre to see the Mona Lisa. He works as director at the Cardiac and Vascular Center of Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, USA. He said he had difficulty appreciating the artwork due to his keen eye for clinical diagnosis. According to him, Mona Lisa probably suffered from a glandular disease. He observed some things in the painting. The woman had a small fleshy protuberance in the inner corner of her left eye, a fine and sparse hairline, lack of hair on her eyebrows, a protuberance near the index finger, yellowish skin, and neck swelling. He also suggested that Mona Lisa's strange smile could have been caused by muscle weakness. This would indicate an enlargement of the thyroid gland. Thus, he concluded Mona Lisa might have suffered from a condition called hypothyroidism. He also investigated the woman's diet. He found that, in the early 16th century, people consumed many foods deficient in iodine. According to him, iodine is an essential nutrient for maintaining thyroid health. There are said to be some mysteries literally hidden in the Mona Lisa painting. The Italian National Cultural Heritage Committee made a microscopic enlargement of some high-resolution images of the painting. This revealed the presence of several letters and numbers painted in different parts of the canvas. They are tiny inscriptions, invisible to the human eye. Art historian and commission president Silvano Vincetti says it is possible to see the letters L and V in Mona Lisa's right eye. These would be the initials of Leonardo da Vinci. Addition, there are the letters C, E, and B in the left eye. On the bridge in the background of the painting, there is the number 72 or the letter L. There are also 2 marks painted on the arch of the bridge. However, the Louvre Museum officially declared that they conducted several laboratory tests between 2004 and 2009. According to them, no secret inscriptions were found in the eyes or in any other part of the painting. Moreover, the committee did not analyze the original painting directly. They analyzed high-definition copies. As faithful as these copies may be, they are not 100% reliable. In 2006, Canadian scientists used infrared and laser imaging on the artwork. They found rudimentary sketches hidden under the painting. They found a change in the position of the index and middle finger of the left hand. They also found lace and the veil on the shoulders we mentioned earlier. In 2015, French engineer Pascal Cat used similar techniques on the painting. He projected beams of light at different wavelengths. The goal was to measure the amounts of light reflected back. He used a method called layer amplification. According to him, it is possible to analyze exactly what happens inside the layers of paint creation. You can peel these layers like an onion. He discovered that there was a secret portrait behind the Mona Lisa. According to him, 4 images were found beneath the top painted surface. The highest one includes a painting of a younger woman with small facial features and no smile. Now, after knowing all this, unraveling all the details, secrets, and mysteries of the painting, tell me one thing: why is the Mona Lisa so famous? Is it because of all these mysteries? Actually, the starting point for all this fame for the painting was its theft in 1911. The theft happened on August 21st, 1911. It was a Monday, and the museum was closed. The man who stole it was Vincenzo Peruggia. He was not a clever thief. He had worked at the Louvre in 1910. He personally installed the glass door that protected the Mona Lisa. He still had the white uniform worn by the museum employees and knew how the painting was secured. Furthermore, the museum had a questionable security system and few guards. All this failure in the protection of the artwork motivated Peruggia to steal the painting. So on Monday, he managed to enter the Louvre and leave with Leonardo's painting without major problems. The absence of the painting was only noticed on Tuesday. The theft became a huge scandal. The police started an investigation. The museum was closed for a week. The artwork was missing for over 2 years. It was recovered on December 10, 1913. Peruggia was already captured when he tried to deliver the painting to Alfredo Geri, an antiques dealer in Florence, Italy. After being caught, Peruggia said his motivation was patriotic. He said he thought Napoleon Bonaparte had stolen the painting from Italy, so his mission was to take it back home. However, he was wrong. As we said, the Mona Lisa was bought by the French King Francis I in the 16th century. So guys, the Mona Lisa was not stolen for being the most famous. painting in the world. She wasn't even that famous before the theft. Before that, many people had never even seen the painting. The media coverage she received while missing was the main reason for her fame. Her image started appearing in various news reports, chocolate boxes, advertisements, and more. Suddenly, she became a celebrity. Crowds began going to the Louvre just to see the small, empty space where the painting used to hang. Before that, the Louvre had many other important artworks, such as the Venus de Milo statue from ancient Greece, Eugene Delacroix's painting Liberty Leading the People, Theodore Géricault's The Raft of the Medusa, and many others. But after the theft, the Mona Lisa gained absurd worldwide fame. Today, the Louvre is usually packed with people trying to see the Mona Lisa. Alright guys, that was today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel to see more videos about world curiosities every week.